everybody. Welcome back. We are live in the Rachael Ray Show Prep Kitchen. I'm Jeanette. This is my friend Grant.
Hello.
And today we are celebrating one of our favorite foods, pasta. If you know our girl Rach, you know that she loves pasta. She could eat it every night of the week. I think so could we, right, Grant?
Totally.
Oh, it's just one of my absolute favorite foods. So we want to hear from you guys as always. If you want to just say quick hellos, let us know where you're from and watching from. We love to hear from you. And why don't you guys let us know, what are some of your go-to pasta dishes? What pastas do you like to cook? What pastas do you like to order out at restaurants? And we're going to show you some of our favorites that we like to make at home today. So make sure to comment and let us know what's your pasta game. So I'm actually getting things started today with a rendition of one of the very first Rachael Ray recipes I ever remember making, which is always like a nice special thing for me because now I work for her and that's really cool. But it's her not single for long vodka sauce. And I am...
Have you ever made this for Jimmy?
I have.
Oh,
and I'm
so
married.
It works.
So it works. I think the premise of her cooking this was that, like, for people who don't know how to cook very well, it's a super simple recipe, and you can win over anybody with this one. I think we'll see if I win over Grant by the end of this broadcast.
You should be careful. Sounds like a catch a man pasta. Or a woman.
So what I did was this is my spin on it. So I've made it so many times. This is just kind of how I've gotten accustomed to making it now. So first I browned up half a pound of chicken breast. Just adds a little bit more protein, a little lean protein to it. Because, you know, like I need an excuse to eat pasta. Why not try and healthy it up just a bit? So into the same oil that I browned the chicken in, I just chopped up 2 shallots, and you just saw me grate in 2 cloves of garlic.
Donna from Richmond, Virginia is watching.
Hi,
Hello,
Donna.
We love hearing where you guys are watching from.
Yes,
Make sure
we
you
do.
comment below.
So now what I'm going to do is, you can't make vodka sauce without vodka, right? So we're going to add a whole cup of vodka to this. I'm going to just do it off the heat because, you know, if you've watched, I think it was one of our first Facebook Lives, Grant and I made a bunch of flambe recipes. And normally that's just kind of for effect. You don't want to flambe a whole cup of vodka. So you want to remove it from the heat, make sure that your heat is high, and then that's going to reduce down by half. And we're going to add some chicken stock and a little bit of tomatoes. And this just bubbles for like 10 to 15 minutes.
This is a pretty quick recipe.
Yeah, you're going
right?
to see this come together by the end of this. So yeah, you stay tuned and watch.
All
these
recipes. Healthy and pasta.
Quick, healthy, and pasta. Exactly.
Brian from Maine is watching.
Hi,
Hello,
Brian. Hi, thanks for watching. So we're going to want, and this is like such a nice easy weeknight meal that tastes like there's so much effort. So you can see that. The vodka's already starting to reduce. I'm going to talk to you guys real quick about what I'm going to make this creamy. So I call this my creamy chicken penne alla vodka. And so how I make it creamy is Rachel's recipe calls for half a cup of heavy cream, which is the traditional way of making vodka sauce and makes it absolutely delicious. I'm actually going to make it with something called cashew cream. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of it. Let me know if you guys have ever heard of it or used it. It's a really simple way to make things dairy-free. Mm-hmm. So what I did is I just took some raw cashews and I soaked them in a little bit of water. I went maybe like an inch above where the cashews are. And I let that soak. I had it soaking for about 2 hours. You can leave it overnight. You can do it maybe, I've even read like 30 minutes or so. If you have one of these high-power blenders, you just need to soak it for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour.
They're kind of soft, too.
They got really soft. They got really nice and pliable.
Yeah, it almost feels like a little bean, like a fresh bean.
Exactly.
Donna said she adds Italian sausage to her
Donna,
meal
stay
vodka.
tuned. Grant is making a dish with Italian sausage, and it smells so good in here.
And we had a comment that they love the pan.
Oh.
Or can you get one?
You can, this is RachelRay.com. This is her oval saute, one of my favorite pans.
Yeah, I love this one, too, because you can do a lot. It's very versatile.
So
you can
versatile.
Make a sauce in it. You could boil pasta in it.
Exactly.
You make your morning eggs in it.
I
can't think of something you can't do with that.
Me neither. I know. And it's awesome because it only takes up a little bit of burner space.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Alicia from Chicago is watching.
Hi,
Hello,
Alicia.
And Jamie said it's the first day of school and comfort food is a great supper.
Oh, she's right.
Yeah.
She's right.
If I were a kid, I would love to come
Oh, I love vodka sauce. Like, I mean, I know kids love vodka sauce. It's one of my favorites. All right, so I was talking about my cashew cream, which is a dairy-free kind of like you can add extra protein to things also with this. It also makes things vegan. So if you've got like picky, or you know, got a lot of appetites in the house, people eat different diets. Yeah. This is a great simple way of just not using dairy in a meal. So I'm gonna blend this up. Let's turn this on.
Crystal commented below and said that ratatouille is her favorite
I love
comfort
ratatouille.
food.
I never had ratatouille until we started working here. Rachel's got some really great recipes for
She makes a ratatouille frittata,
Oh,
It is
it's so good.
delicious. You basically make like a big pot of ratatouille, and you put it in your morning eggs, and it's super delicious. Sorry, my sausage is like off and popping over here. I don't know what's going on, but it's splattering all over.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit more water to that, and I'll show you guys how creamy this is gonna come out in a bit. But you want to just do this until you've got the consistency for whatever you're adding it to.
Yeah.
We were actually talking before about, remember those guys from the Thug Kitchen blog?
Totally.
They came to the show, and they still have one of the most popular recipes on their website. It was their like vegan Alfredo sauce. So this is a really simple way of adding like creamy dairy without having to add proper dairy.
Levi from Alaska says that he makes Rachael Ray recipes all the time.
Oh, hi, Levi in Alaska.
Hello.
See, look at this, Grant. I'm going to blend it up a little bit more, but check that out.
Oh, yeah.
See how creamy it gets? It turns into cream. I know
Yeah.
this sounds crazy, but I really dare you guys to try it and tell me if you can taste the difference, because I can't.
Yeah, that
I
is
fool a lot of
delicious.
people with this and add extra protein to things. I'm going to pop the chicken into here. I'm going to go drop my pasta. I'm using a whole wheat penne today, but you can use any pasta that you'd like.
Yeah,
Do you want to get things started on yours? Because your
Totally,
sausage
yeah.
looks ready.
So over here, I'm going to show you guys how to make one of my favorite summertime pasta dishes. And it's a really, really yummy, fresh tomato sauce. Because right now, tomatoes are so delicious. And when things are in season, they're oftentimes really, really cheap, too. So you could actually make this sauce and freeze it, too, and save it for the winter time. But in this pot, I have some browned up sausage. I'm just using sweet Italian sausage. If you like it spicy, you could use spicy Italian. Or if you want to keep it kind of lean, you could just use some ground turkey or ground chicken. Pretty much use whatever meat you want. I don't care what meat you put in your pasta, just put some meat in there. Or you can totally skip the meat as well. So I just added some onion and some garlic down into this pot. And I'm going to show you guys how to make a super simple fresh pasta sauce. So a lot of fresh pasta sauce recipes out there require you to bring a pot of water to a boil, score your tomatoes, boil them for like a minute, and then put them into an ice bath, and then peel them, and then put them in a blender.
It's a process.
It's too much work. Like every time I've looked up a fresh pasta sauce, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
You're
it takes
right.
too much time. So this is a really great tip. Whenever I make a fresh tomato sauce, I grate my fresh tomatoes on a cheese grater. So basically you just slice it in half, and you just grate it like this. And what happens is the cheese grater grates all of that tomato goodness out of the inside,
love this.
but it doesn't grate through the skin, so you can totally just discard the skin. So you're not going to get any skins in there, which is awesome.
You just saved us all so much time.
I know, right?
I love
Isn't this like mind-blowing?
Because it is so good. It's such a wonderful time of the year for tomatoes. But he's right. It's like you score it, you put an X in it. I've actually never done it at home. I've done it here because we have plenty of space, but at home I don't have the room for that.
I know,
So
and
I
it
really,
just
really
gets,
like
especially in
this.
the summertime, like you don't want to be standing over the stove for
No,
too
you
long.
do not.
So this is one of those great recipes where you just throw everything in the pot and you walk away from it and let it cook.
I love it.
For a
If you
really
guys
long time.
are just tuning in, we wanted to say hello. Thank you for joining us on Facebook Live.
Hello.
Today we're making a bunch of pastas, and we each have a fun side appetizer kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Grant's in the middle of his like fresh tomato sauce, which smells so yummy. And we want to say hi to Caroline from Norway.
Ooh, hello, Caroline.
And Rebecca says hi, Jeanette and Grant.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, Rebecca.
Thanks for watching. All right, so I've grated up my last tomato here. And so our sausage and onions and garlic are sauteing in this pot right here. And I'm just going to deglaze that pan with a little bit of wine. Now, if you don't like cooking with wine at home, you could totally just use some chicken stock or just a little splash of water. But we basically just want to add some extra liquid to the pan to get up all those little brown bits off the bottom.
I like cooking with wine, and I like drinking wine.
I know, that's the best part about cooking with wine is that then you can just pour yourself a glass. You get to have the rest of the bottle.
Exactly, or that. Liz wrote in and she said that she loves the idea of cashew cream. Liz, let me know if you try it, because it changed my game a lot with the creamy dishes. And Levi, we're saying hi to Levi and Alaska.
Hello. So I just added some tomato paste into the sausage and onions and wine. And we're just going to let that cook until the tomato paste melts through there. This is just going to give it an extra tomatoey flavor. And now I'm going to season that up. You can season it with anything you'd like, any fresh herbs that you have in the garden. But I'm just going to use some red chili flakes, some crushed red pepper flakes, some dried oregano, and a little bit of salt. Now, another tip whenever you make pasta sauce is to use a little bit of the Parmesan rind. We go through Parmesan in this kitchen like crazy because I don't think there's a recipe that exists that Rachael doesn't put Parmesan in.
No.
So we have a ton of these Parmesan rinds, and what we do is we just throw it into the freezer, and then anytime we make a soup or a pasta sauce, you just throw it down in there, and it's going to flavor your entire sauce. So now I'm just going to add in all of my tomato all of my tomatoes. I almost called them tomato guts, and I was like, that's gross. I shouldn't call them guts, but that's what they are. They're tomato guts, right?
They are.
So now you just let this cook. If you want to eat dinner in a hurry, you can just let this cook at a high temperature until it reduces by half. But I like to turn it down super low and just let it simmer on the stove top for a really long time, and it really develops a lot of the flavor. So I'm going to let this cook out.
Yummy.
And I'm going to go back there and drop my pasta. I'm using rigatoni today because whenever I make a meat sauce, I like the rigatoni because all the meat gets stuck in there. But comment below and let us know what your favorite pasta shape is. Rigatoni is mine. What's your favorite?
My favorite, I mean, I'm using just penne. I feel like penne and vodka sauce just goes the way it's I don't know, that they go hand in hand. I love spaghetti. I just think spaghetti's romantic.
Spaghetti.
I just love twirling it on my spoon. It takes a little bit longer to eat. I just really like spaghetti. Bridget commented and she said, drop that pasta like it's hot.
Ooh, yes. And Michelle said, tried peanuts like that, talking about the cashew cream.
Oh.
If you're a lactose
I've never
intolerant.
made it with peanuts, Michelle. That's a great suggestion.
And I'm sure you could use pretty much any nut, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try that now. Thank you, Michelle.
Totally. And Eileen from Ontario says hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for watching.
Hello, Canada. All right, so I think, is it time for me to, should I show them my stuffed garlic bread?
Oh yeah, Jeanette's making a stuffed garlic bread, which you guys are gonna go nuts for.
I'm really excited. So actually, sorry, I apologize for how loud that was. I was just blending up the rest of the cashew cream. It's just like, see that? It's so creamy and nice. Just in the high power blender for like maybe a minute. You really want to get that blended well, and I'm gonna add that to the sauce once it stops bubbling.
Jessica asked if we have any ideas for tomatoes because they always go bad before she uses them. This is actually a great tip that I forgot to mention. Since you're using the insides of the tomato, this sauce is great for tomatoes that are a little like overly ripe or if they're bruised. My friend VJ likes to go to the ugly produce section that they have in a grocery store because they have a discount on the ugly produce. Which, it doesn't matter what your tomatoes look like; they still taste incredible. And especially if you're going to grind them up and put them in a sauce, buy the ugly ones because they're super cheap.
Who cares what they look like?
Exactly.
All right, so I'm just getting started on my cheesy stuffed garlic bread. And if you have ever come to my house for a holiday, you will know that this is my appetizer. I mean, who doesn't? We were joking in the kitchen before because we're obviously celebrating pasta today, and we're both making sides that are bread. And I don't know why. It's just like pasta and bread, they go hand in hand. I know it's a carbo load, I know, but I can't help it. I love pasta and bread. So what I do is, I love garlic bread, but garlic bread's one of those kind of finicky things if you've got a lot of people to feed. So here's a way you can make it for a whole crowd. And this is a fun technique for how to make different stuffed bread. So what I do is I take a round loaf of bread just from the bakery, and I slice it maybe about 7 or 8 times one way.
Looks like an armadillo.
It looks like a bread armadillo, exactly. So now I'm gonna slice it the same amount this way. And again, this technique, I'm gonna just rub, I'm just gonna brush some garlicky butter inside and a bunch of cheese. But you can do this, once I made it with ranch packet and bacon and cheese, and that was a really fun appetizer.
A bacon cheddar ranch bread?
Yeah.
A bacon cheddar ranch armadillo.
Yum! And it lends itself for like easy eating, like when you're entertaining, because all you have to do is grab a cube and it's all toasty and yummy.
I love things like this where everybody can just like put their hands in and get messy. It's fun.
And then fight over the butter. Oh, so I think I forgot to say, I don't cut all the way through. I cut about 3/4 of the way through. It's fun.
It looks like an anemone. If I were a clownfish, I'd live in that bread. Mandra asked if we prefer red or white wine. I actually prefer white wine when I make a tomato sauce. I don't know why. I think it's just like a little bit like cleaner and crisper and has a little more acidity to it.
Yeah.
But use whatever wine you have in the cabinet.
Whatever you've got.
Totally up to you. And red wine also makes your sauce a little bit more red, which is nice.
Yes,
so there's definitely a benefit
nice
to red wine.
Exactly.
And it has tannins in it, which are good for you.
Yeah, red wine's really good for you.
I don't know. And Yvette from Henderson, Kentucky is watching.
Hello, Yvette.
Hello. Thanks for
Alright,
watching.
so this is just some garlic butter. You've seen me make this before. This is just butter, some garlic. I melted the butter up, some garlic, and a little bit of parsley. And so now how you do this is kind of fun. So I just brush, I'm going to show you how to do half of it, and I've got one in the oven so that you don't need to watch me brush this all day. But this is, I just take a pastry brush, and I paint the garlicky parsley butter in between all of the knife cuts that I made. And so that flavor is really seeping in. And I don't know if I mentioned, people in my house fight for the bottom because that's where all the cheese and the garlicky butter sink to.
This looks like something that'd be really fun for kids to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fun.
I know that because it looks like something I would love to do. So I'm like, kids would love that. Andrea says, can you do mac and cheese recipes? Someone commented earlier and said that Ratatouille was their favorite comfort food. I think mac and cheese is my favorite comfort
mine
food.
too.
I don't make it that often, but when I do, like,
I go
off. Michelle said, what is the spaghetti with the hole in the middle called? Bucatini.
Bucatini.
Right? Bucatini?
I always said I wanted a dog named Bucatini. It's
Oh,
just
that
a
would be
really
cute.
cute name.
Yeah, bucatini, and then peachy pasta is the one that looks just like that but doesn't have the hole in it.
Yes, it's really thick. Rachel calls it
I think.
fat spaghetti, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Kathy said your show is the best.
Oh, thank you, Kathy.
You are the
You are
best.
the best.
And Maribel said she loves pasta and Rachel's 30-minute meals.
Oh, yeah.
We love Rachel's 30-minute
We
meals
love
as
Rachel.
well. I think yours could be considered a 30-minute meal,
Oh,
right?
this one's done in like 20 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, if the pasta cooks and then the sauce just reduces down a bit, I mean, it was a Rachel Ray 30-minute meal, which I adapted. So.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to show you how to stuff this bread, and I've got one working in the oven. So this is just a combination of provolone and mozzarella. You can use whatever cheese you guys like. And then you just, this is fun. I don't know why I love this. You just stuff it all in between like the crevices.
Ooh, that looks fun.
One way. And then you can't forget to go the other way so that you get double cheese action.
Yeah. We asked you guys to comment below and say what your favorite pasta shape is.
Yeah.
Tara said that she loves penne, which Jeanette is making today,
Yeah.
and angel hair pasta.
Ooh, I like angel hair pasta
I know
too.
it's fun.
I do.
I think I love angel hair pasta because it's so small that I can fit a ton of it in my mouth at one time. Like you
That's
could
all
just,
that really
I
matters
could eat
when
it by
you're
like
eating
the
pasta.
shovel load.
I know.
Leanna said her and her husband are making sauce for 3 days and eating
Wow,
it
Leanna.
Wow.
Oh, that's going to be
tonight.
delicious.
And Brenna said, I love you too.
Oh, hi.
I love you, Brenna.
All right, guys, so I'm just showing you how to do this on half of it. I've got one in the oven, which is smelling so good that I'm getting anxious and I want to pull out because it smells so awesome.
Totally.
So what I do is I wrap this up in
Can I
foil.
grab it for you?
Yeah, that's great. It's right in that back oven. And then so what I do is I wrap it up. I put it on the foil so that when you're not making a huge mess in your kitchen, because I don't know if you saw how much cheese got all around here. And what I do is I wrap it up and then I throw it on a sheet tray. I know, look at that.
It's
Isn't-
like a giant cheese bomb.
It's so fun. Oh, and I top it with a little bit of Parmesan before I pop it
Yeah,
in the
you
oven. So then you've got the crispy, cheesy bits on the top. I bake it covered for maybe like 15 minutes and then uncovered for like 5 to 7 so that you get that crispy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and try it.
Matt commented and said that he loves Munster cheese and it's the
Ooh.
best to melt on top of bread.
I love
Matt,
Munster
I have a great
cheese.
tip for you. Stuff some Munster in this and call it a day.
Oh my God.
Ooh, did you see that?
Let's do it again.
I did.
It's so fun. For a party. Or just to sit on the couch with your significant other and eat while you're watching TV.
Sweeta commented and said, Happy Taco Tuesday. Thank you for commenting, Sweeta.
Hi,
We love
Sweeta.
hearing from you. We're actually not celebrating Taco Tuesday today because Curtis Stone was on today's show and he made a bunch of tacos. He and Rachel made a skirt steak,
They
flank
did make
steak
steak
taco,
tacos,
and
yeah.
Curtis's brother was here as well. It was a really fun episode. So we do have some taco recipes for you on our website.
Yes.
But today we're making pasta.
And all of the other weeks of Taco Tuesday that we did, I know. We've been toying around with making pasta
Ooh, I
for a
feel
while
like
now.
doing your pasta.
Oh, nice. Is it pasta time? Making pasta for a while because I grew up in an Italian family and we eat pasta like at least once a week. I could eat pasta every night of the week. So this is just a fun way to celebrate it. All right, guys. So Grant's draining my pasta. I'm going to turn this sauce off and it got really nice and reduced and just bubbled and it smells so good in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I think I took my basil. I just add a few torn leaves of basil at the end. And now I'm going to pour in our cashew cream, and you're going to see how creamy this gets. Look at that, Grant.
Oh my gosh, that looks like cream.
Isn't that so fun? Like, you
Yeah.
would seriously never know. And you're adding so
so
many
good.
nutrients. Like, cashews are so good for you. And, oops, sorry, spilling.
You're so excited about your cashew cream that
No
you're just
one-
throwing it all over the kitchen.
No one said that we were cleaning here. So I'm going to, and look at that yummy, creamy, pink vodka sauce.
Nadine commented, said that we have the best jobs ever. We do.
Agreed.
And I have the best coworker ever.
Oh, I do too.
Joanna loves rigatoni to soak up all the sauce.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Joanna, you are
Joanna,
correct.
oh,
I'm
love
about to
rigatoni.
finish my rigatoni pasta in just
Yes.
a second.
All right,
and we're
now-
going to show you Jeanette's.
Yeah, I'm going to take this hot pot that the pasta was boiling in. And this is funny because Rachel feels the same way as my family. We hate naked pasta.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like when you go to a restaurant and they give you like a blob of pasta with like a scoop of sauce on it, I'm like, dude, I want my sauce all around. Like I want it. So I like to mix my sauce in when I'm making a pasta dish. So I'm going to make myself a mess, but you know, I never trust a clean cook.
Totally.
So I'm
That
going to
looks so good.
Right.
That looks like penne alla vodka.
I know. It's so exciting. All right, I'm gonna stir this up, and I'm gonna serve it with. I don't know who asked us last week, like what one of my go-to ingredients was, and I said that I have this thing where I stir lettuce and arugula and spinach into everything. So pasta is actually no different. I actually find it cut out some time. You don't need to make a salad. Thank you, Grant. I just put a little bit of some spicy arugula at the bottom of the dish, or some spinach, or whatever you guys have kicking around. Some kale works great. And then I just scoop the pasta over it. And since it's hot, it's going to kind of wilt down, and then you stir it in.
It's like a hot salad with pasta.
And then you didn't need to make salad. So
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. Jessica and Kelly commented that they love bow tie pasta. That's funny. Our friend Steve Rosso across the street, he was eating bow tie pasta for lunch yesterday, and I was like hovering over his desk because, can I have a bite? I love bow tie pasta. There's something so nostalgic about it.
Tabitha commented and said, "Can you pour garlic butter over the bread to save time?"
You absolutely could. Yeah, I'm just a little. I'm a little uptight. I really want to make sure it gets in evenly, but absolutely dump.
And Jeanette's also been like painting her house recently, so I feel like she just wants to paint it.
I'm an artist, exactly. You can dump garlic butter all over anything.
Yeah.
Frankly, in my mind.
All right, so I'm going to go down here and show you guys
Yeah.
a side that I like to make whenever I make pasta.
I lost my cheese.
Just like Jeanette said, for some reason, whenever we have pasta, we want like a garlicky bread, right?
Exactly.
So back here, I just have a big loaf of ciabatta. I cut it in half. This is one half of it. I'm just going to make a really quick garlic bread with some fresh tomatoes on top. This is actually like kind of a popular Spanish dish that's called bread with tomatoes.
Yeah.
So it's basically just bread with tomatoes. So I have this warm piece of ciabatta. I'm just rubbing the garlic over the top. This is some fresh garlic. This is a tip that I learned from Rachael. Whenever she makes garlic bread, she does this because it just sort of like infuses the bread with all that garlicky aroma.
So good. Can I feed you some of this so you can let them know how it is?
Oh, that's good.
And you
that tastes like there's cream in it.
right? It's so creamy and delicious. There's no one in it.
Jeanette's full of tricks.
I'm full of tricks. Watch out.
I'm like, did she sneak cream in that when I wasn't watching? Because it tasted like there was cream in it.
No, it's so good.
don't trust
I
you.
really dare you guys to try it and see if you can like fool some of your family members
Yeah.
because eating cashews is a lot healthier than eating heavy cream, and I
Totally.
really enjoy that. Gabby commented and she said she loves spaghetti squash and zoodles, which are
Ooh,
two things that
yummy.
we love. I think
Yeah.
we've made both of those things in here. Both of these sauces would go really nicely on some zoodles or spaghetti
Totally.
squash. And Linda said that this looks yummers, as Rachel would say. Thanks, Linda.
It does. So I just took some grated tomatoes. I grated these just like we grated the ones before. I'm just spreading all that fresh tomato goodness over the top of the bread. And now I'm going to put a little bit of sea salt over the top of that. Yeah, would you mind checking my noodles for
I'm
me?
gonna check your pasta.
So this is just some flaky sea salt, but you can use any kind of salt that you have in your cabinet. A little bit of Parmesan cheese over the top of that.
Grant, it's good. I'm gonna drain it.
Cool, thank you.
I feel like actually, we work on Rachel's culinary team, and whenever she makes pasta on set, it's always somehow my job to test the pasta, so I just had a little nostalgia to me testing Rachel's pasta on set.
So I just topped that with some parm and a little bit of olive oil. And I like to make it on the countertop and be as messy as possible. I don't know why, but that's definitely part of the recipe. So just make sure you get cheese all over the countertop when you make this. And this is just a super simple bread that you can make whenever you make pasta. I'm going to grab a bowl for it. Here we go. If you guys are just tuning in, we're finishing up our pastas. Jeanette made a really healthy penne alla vodka. I'm about to show you guys and finish off my fresh pasta sauce with rigatoni. And this is our tomato bread.
Oh, Grant.
Look how simple and delicious that looks. Doesn't that look good? It's like a no-cook pizza.
No-cook pizza.
Isn't that
Sign
fun?
me up. All the recipe for that and the recipe for all of these are going to be up on the Facebook page just a little bit later. And Grant, I can't believe how beautifully this sauce reduced down.
I know, isn't that
It is
nice?
so good.
I just let that cook for a couple hours on a really, really low temperature.
Heather commented that she loved that we shared our fork. We work in the same office. We probably spend more time together than some of our family members. We share everything.
Yeah.
And Rhea said that sometimes she makes pasta with eggplant. Actually, that's one of my favorite dishes to order out at a restaurant. Pasta alla Norma is one of my favorites. I
Love
absolutely
Norma.
love it. Love Norma.
Would you mind scooping that into there?
Absolutely not. No, I'm going to turn this off.
Yeah. We're running out of, we
We're
made
running
so
out of
much
room.
pasta today.
We made
It's
so
like a
many
mess in
recipes
here.
today, exactly. Chrissy said that Rachel's her favorite cooking show and Granette are her second favorite. Granette is like our celebrity couple name. Grant and Jeanette, I guess. Well, thank you, Chrissy. Oh
so
my God, Grant.
We just poured that pasta sauce over our rigatoni. I'm going to throw in a little bit of butter. Because butter makes everything taste better, right? And I'm just going to throw in a big handful of basil. I don't even chop it. I just throw it in whole.
And it's going to wilt right down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so nice.
All right, so let's plate this up. I'm just going to get that piece of butter in there. That looks good.
Let it melt. I hope that ends up in my bowl. Do you need some forks so we can try this?
Yes. Look at that. This is our fresh tomato sauce. I'm going to top it with some Parmesan. Because it's not pasta unless there's a giant cloud of parm on top,
No,
right?
absolutely. Charles just asked if you could stick the bread under the broiler. I think that's what you did, right?
Yeah.
That's how we charted up. Can I just go for it?
Yep. Let's do it.
He's right. The rigatoni really picks up. I don't know if you could see that. All the sauce, the meaty sauce, got some in there. That is so good. Oh my gosh, those fresh tomatoes really take that to the next level. Like, you could absolutely use a canned tomato, but this time of year,
it doesn't taste fresh. It tastes like you're eating like straight from the garden.
It's so good.
Check that out.
Our coworker Sarah just commented, and she said to save her some because she's next door and
might.
she wants some lunch. Sarah, that bowl's for you.
This was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh,
made so many pastas. If
Look
you
at
guys,
the kitchen.
I know there's just pasta and bread and cheese everywhere.
I know.
So all these recipes will be on the Facebook page later today. So if you liked any of these, make sure you come back and check those out. We're going to be back on Thursday celebrating one of our favorite sandwiches of all time, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We're so excited. This is long awaited.
Super excited. So if you like what you saw today, make sure you like, comment, share, and cook.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
See
Bye.
you Thursday. Oh, cheesy garlic bread.